Hello, I'm Rascador. Today, I'm going to do the 46th fuel economy test on my way home from work in Gangnam. The vehicle to be tested today is the 7th generation Grandeur 1.6 gasoline turbo vehicle. In the previous test, the Grandeur 3.5 gasoline showed poorer fuel economy than expected, so attention is paid to what the results will be today. Today's comparison vehicles are the 6th generation 2.4 hybrid Grandeur, 3.3 gasoline Grandeur, 1.6 turbo hybrid model K8, and 7th generation 3.5 gasoline Grandeur. First of all, today's key content is not a comparison between the 7th generation 3.5 gasoline and 1.6 gasoline turbo. Anyway, these two vehicles will have a big difference in fuel economy. So today we will compare how efficiently the 6th generation 2.4 hybrid model and 1.6 gasoline turbo hybrid model have changed and how much fuel economy has improved. The Grandeur 2.4 hybrid certified fuel economy is 14.9 kilometers liter, and city fuel economy is 14.8 kilometers liter. And the 6th generation Grandeur 3.3 gasoline has certified fuel economy of 9.6 kilometers liter and city fuel economy of 8.3 kilometers liter. The K8 hybrid has been certified for fuel efficiency of 16.8 kilometers liter and city fuel efficiency of 16.9 kilometers liter. The 7th generation Grandeur 1.6 gasoline turbo hybrid shows quite good fuel economy with certified fuel economy of 15.7 kilometers liter and city fuel economy of 15.4 kilometers liter. Today's test vehicle is equipped with two 20-inch Pirelli P0 tires. However, in the case of the K8, 18 inches are applied, so it is difficult to make an accurate comparison. Hybrid vehicles have a large fuel economy difference depending on the wheel size, so please take it lightly. This test also starts at 5 p.m. Arrived at Guro Digital Complex. It took 14 minutes to get here and the fuel economy is 14.6 kilometers liter. Shows better fuel economy than expected. The 6th generation 2.4 hybrid model of the Grandeur took 20 minutes to get here, and the fuel economy was 9.1 kilometers liter. And in the case of the Grandeur 3.3 gasoline model, it took 14 minutes and the fuel economy was 5.1 kilometers liter. The K8 1.6 hybrid model showed fuel efficiency of 11.1 kilometers L and took 17 minutes. If you go to the K8 official website, there is a phrase that boasts good fuel economy with a maximum fuel economy of 18 kilometers liter. This fuel economy is obtained when 17-inch wheels and tires are applied and the built-in cam is not applied. So, this phrase has an interesting catch. You may think that the Grandeur and K8 have the same fuel economy, but in fact, the Grandeur hybrid model seems to be a slightly improved engine. The Grandeur also has a combined fuel economy of 18 kilometers L, but this is when the Grandeur applies an 18-inch wheel rather than a 17-inch wheel. So when the same 18-inch wheels are applied, the lowest fuel consumption of the K8 is 16.8 kilometers liter and the Grandeur is 18 kilometers liter. Therefore, it shows a fuel economy difference of about 1.2 kilometers liter. And in the case of the Grandeur hybrid model equipped with 19-inch wheel tires, it shows fuel economy of 16.7 kilometers liter. When a 20-inch wheel is applied, the Grandeur shows fuel efficiency of 15.7 kilometers L, but the K8 only applies up to 19 inches as an option. This vehicle introduced today is also equipped with 20-inch wheel tires with full calligraphy options, so the combined fuel economy is about 15.7 kilometers liter. I arrived at Seoul National University Station. It took 31 minutes to get here and the fuel economy is 15.7 kilometers liter. To this point, the Grandeur 2.4 hybrid took 39 minutes and fuel consumption was 12 kilometers liter. In the case of the K8 1.6 hybrid, it took almost the same time as 32 minutes, and the fuel economy was 13.6 kilometers liter. In fact, hybrid cars differ in fuel economy by as little as 1 kilometer liter and as much as 4 to 5 kilometers liter depending on the amount of battery charge. So, I fully charged the battery before setting off. Hybrid vehicles cannot be charged like electric vehicles, but I think they have the advantage of being able to charge to some extent through regenerative braking. In hybrid vehicles, the battery is not filled to 100%, leaving two spaces. Even when using the battery, it is not used 100% and is used with only two scales remaining on the instrument panel. For this reason, If you look at the remaining battery capacity in the standby mode of the Grandeur, it is characterized by leaving about 2 spaces on the instrument panel display, driving and charging only with the engine unconditionally, and not fully charging even if fully charged. In the case of the 6th generation Grandeur 2.4 hybrid, the certified fuel economy is 15.2 km/liter and up to 16.2 km/liter. In addition, the maximum output is 200 horsepower, and the maximum torque is 21 kg/m. On the other hand, this 1.6 gasoline turbo Grandeur model has significantly lowered the displacement as the displacement has increased from 2.4 to 1.6 turbo. However, it can be seen that the output has increased by about 30 horsepower and the torque by about 12 kg/m. What are the benefits of lower emissions? Of course, the lower the engine displacement, the better the fuel economy. However, in the case of vehicles such as the Grandeur or K8, if the engine displacement is too low, fuel efficiency may decrease due to insufficient power to tow the vehicle. However, there is a slight difference in that power and torque are increased using a turbocharger. Also, in Korea, the lower the engine displacement, the lower the car tax. Continuing the fuel economy test, I will move to Bangbei Station to check the fuel economy once again and continue the story. Arrived at Bangbei Station. The travel time to Bangbei Station is 48 minutes, and the fuel consumption is 15.9 km/liter. Traffic flow is very good today. Up to this point, the Grandeur 2.4 hybrid model showed a fuel economy of 12.7 km/L and took 56 minutes. And the K8 1.6 gasoline turbo hybrid model took 48 minutes with a fuel economy of 14.8 km/liter. Now it is going at about the same speed as the K8, but the fuel economy is slightly higher in the Grandeur. Now, when I arrive at Yeoksum Station, I will check the fuel economy again. Arrived at Yeoksum Station. The travel time is 1 hour and 2 minutes, and the fuel consumption is 16 km/liter. Up to this point, the Grandeur 2.4 hybrid shows a fuel economy of 13.6 km/liter, so there is a fuel economy difference of about 2.4 km/liter with this vehicle. But it took 1 hour and 28 minutes. And in the case of the K8 hybrid, it took 1 hour and 12 minutes and showed a fuel economy of 15.5 km/liter. This time, let's compare how much the price has risen as the 2.4 hybrid model has gone up to the 1.6 gasoline turbo. Pricing for the 6th generation 2.4 hybrid starts at $27,899 and goes up to around $34,685. However, the price range of the 7th generation 1.6 gasoline turbo hybrid model ranges from $31,671 to $39,212. Roughly speaking, the 2.4 hybrid and 1.6 hybrid have a price difference of about $3,362 based on the basic premium trim, and there is a difference of about $3,884 based on the calligraphy full option. So, if you look at the price range, you can see that the older 6th generation hybrid model has become a bit similar to the 7th generation 2.5 gasoline turbo base model. Convenience has improved a lot, so this difference is understandable if the powertrain is the same. But if there is such a price difference, you may think that CCNC or built-in Cam 2 is very expensive, but personally, I do not think the price range is bad because the powertrain itself has changed. And comparing the 7th generation 2.5 gasoline model and the hybrid, the difference is $3,884, and the calligraphy model is $3,900. You might ask, is it worth paying $3,772 more for a hybrid than a 2.5 petrol? Therefore, we have prepared a table based on the combined fuel economy with the highest fuel efficiency in terms of specifications. In the case of the 6th generation hybrid, fuel efficiency was 16.2 km/liter, and the 7th generation new hybrid recorded a combined fuel consumption of 18 km/liter. Since fuel costs per liter vary from country to country, we will only compare total fuel consumption figures. In this comparison, there is no significant difference even when comparing the fuel difference when driving 100,000 kilometers, so it is questionable whether the 1.6 gasoline turbo is meaningful. However, there is definitely a merit that the output has been increased. Compared to the new 7th generation model, If city driving is your main purpose, it is advantageous to purchase a hybrid model even if you use only 60,000 to 70,000 kilometers per year. And while the petrol 3.5 model is really good, it gets really bad gas mileage on busy roads. If you watch the fuel economy test video of the Grandeur 3.5 gasoline Gangnam on your way home from work on my channel, you can see how much fuel economy you have achieved. So, for those who mainly use these congested city roads, we recommend the 1.6 gasoline turbo model, and when driving at a constant speed of 90 km/liter in -4 to 10 degrees Celsius for a high-speed fuel efficiency test, the fuel economy of the two models differed by about 15 to 16 km/liter. So, in terms of vehicle price, we recommend the 2.5 gasoline model. If you do a lot of highway driving, we recommend the 3.5 gasoline model. And the price has risen by about $3,769 compared to the 6th generation model, but I don't think it's that expensive because the convenience features and powertrain have changed. I have summarized the entire contents above. Now we will arrive at Jamsil station and finish the test. Arrive at Jamsil station. It took 1 hour and 52 minutes, and finished with a fuel economy of 14.7 km/liter. In the case of the Grandeur 2.4 hybrid, it took 2 hours and 1 minute to get here, and showed similar fuel efficiency at 14.3 kilometers. And the Grandeur 3.3 gasoline took 1 hour and 51 minutes to get here, showing a fuel economy of 6.1 kilometers. The K8 1.6 gasoline turbo hybrid model took 2 hours and 4 minutes and showed almost similar fuel economy at 14.8 kilometers. And the 7th generation 3.5 gasoline model of the Grandeur showed very poor fuel economy at 4.8 kilometers L, and it took about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Today's test ends here. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Please press the subscribe, like, and watch the video of the full economy test of Grandeur 3.5 gasoline on the way home from work in Gangnam. Thank you.